I'll call this meeting to order. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call. Sam Martin, Martha Eldridge,
Here.
and Rick Morgan's here. We just had a work session at 3 o'clock upstairs. We were reviewing some policy changes, which we're going to vote on a little later. Public input. Anybody? No public here. Anything, Ed? Okay. We have the minutes of the Selectmen's meeting, which occurred on Monday, December 17th. I make a motion we accept them as printed. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have the,
Right on me with that.
I didn't write them down. We have the check voucher totals, which we have actually already signed. We had to in order to get the payroll out for the holiday. The check voucher totals, payroll for week ending 12/29 was $45,495.44. Accounts payable for week ending 12/24 was $13,816.87. We made a school payment of $537,436 for a total dispersed of $596,748.31. Additionally, we had water and sewer accounts payable, which we tracked separately, in the amount of $5,498.29. We also already approved a payroll reimbursement for week ending 12/22 for water and sewer in the amount of $3,085.19, as well as payroll reimbursement for week ending 12/29 for water and sewer in the amount of $2,679.71. We have a copy of the minutes of the Ossipee Economic Development Council meeting, which is here in the folder if anybody would like to look at it. We have the recycling center cash log showing in the month of December we collected $1,803. We have a request for a clerical abatement. This is on map 130, lot 12, sub 047. This is a trailer which was registered and should not have been taxed. It results in a refund or abatement of $33. I make a motion we approve it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a request for abatement. This is on map 127, lot 004. The original assessment was $182,300. The revised assessment is $103,900. Difference is $78,400 and results in a refund or abatement of $1,829. From our assessor, he recommends that we grant it. He met with the owner and did a complete inspection and noted many repairs that are needed. He corrected the sketch. This property was listed as, for instance, as having a full basement. In fact, it has a crawl space, there are no kitchen. The entire building needs renovations. I make a motion we approve it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a request for abatement. This is on map 136, lot 14, sub 35. The original assessment was $12,000. The revised assessment is $5,900. Results in a refund or abatement of $142. Our assessor recommends that we grant it. He's done an inspection on the property and agreed there is much deferred maintenance on this property. He would assign a condition of fair to the building and allow an additional minus 10% to account for the cost to cure the deferred maintenance. I make a motion we approve it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a request for abatement. This is on map 46, lot 2, sub BS27. The original assessment was $27,000. The revised assessment is $23,000. Results in a refund or abatement of $89.48. Our assessor recommends that we grant it. The revised assessment is $23,000. When applying the anticipated 2018 equalization ratio of 88%, this results in an equalized assessed value of $26,000 rounded. Make a motion, we approve it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a request for clerical abatement. This is on map 43, lot 006. The property was taken by the town. Was unable to change it to be exempt until after the final tax bill went out. However, the town properties need to be exempt, so this tax bill needs to be abated. It's an assessment of $28,600, a refund or abatement of $353. I make a motion, we approve it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a yearly thing that we do with our treasurer, and it's called Delegation of Deposit Authority. It's pursuant to the provisions of RSA 4129-2, the town treasurer has the responsibility to deposit all such monies received by the town in an appropriate financial institution as outlined in the statute. RSA 4129-6 allows the treasurer to delegate deposit of financial functions to other town officials or employees, provided such delegation is in writing and includes written procedures acceptable to the Board of Selectmen. Such delegation may only be to a town official or employee bonded in accordance with RSA 41:6. The Ossipee Town Treasurer hereby delegates deposit function authority to the Ossipee Town Clerk Tax Collector, his or her respective deputy, or his or her assistant of the funds collected in that role. These deposits shall be made on a weekly basis or daily whenever receipts total $1,500 or more. In making these deposits, the Ossipee Town Clerk / Tax Collector or his or her respective deputy or assistant shall provide the town treasurer with a deposit slip from the town's general fund financial institution, in addition to a detailed backup report documenting the receipt of monies comprising the deposit made. This authority shall remain in effect until rescinded by written notice of the Ossipee Town Treasurer. I make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a list, which is here in the folder, when the town offices will be closed in 2019 for the respective holidays. We have an updated policy on the town of Ossipee, and it's a credit card policy. We have very few credit cards that are held by certain employees, but as with anything, there needs to be a policy regarding the use. It's here. I've had a chance to read it. Anybody have any questions on it?
No.
I make a motion that we adopt this credit card policy.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There's a contract for use of facilities for Ossipee Listens. February 9th, they want to use Town Hall from 8:30 to 12. Schedule's been okayed. I make a motion, we approve it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have an application for a veterans exemption, which our assessor has reviewed. He recommends that we deny it as the person was not honorably discharged, which is one of the requirements. Based on that, I make a motion that we deny it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. The contract for use of facilities, Lisa Adjutant. You want to use Town Hall for a birthday party. Schedule's been okayed. They've paid a deposit. I make a motion, we approve it. All in favor?
Aye.
They have a petition and poll license. This is on public service, and they want to install telephone poles on Spring Tavern Road. There are 3 copies. I make a motion, we approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a notice of decision from the Zoning Board of Adjustment. This is on case number 18-16-D. Walter S. and Margot Levitsky, Old Bay Road. Been granted a special exception. We have a notice of decision from the Planning Board. It's a conditional approval for subdivision in case number 18-3-SUBD. It's Mountain Granary LLC. It's here in the folder if anybody'd like to look at it. The notice of decision from the Planning Board. It's on case number 18-3-BLA, Paul and Pamela McCarthy, Ralph and Nan Gregorio, Mount Shaw Road. This is final approval for a boundary line adjustment. We have a notice of decision from the Planning Board. This is case number 18-3-SPR, Ossipee Granite Recovery LLC. It's to do with conditions for site plan review. They acknowledge that the Planning Board's received it. There's one remaining condition to be met as noted below. They're still waiting on fire chief, final inspection, and letter of approval. We have a copy that's been provided to us by the Planning Board of proposed 2019 changes to the Ossipee zoning ordinance. I've just seen it today. I've read through it. It appears to me that they're all pretty much housekeeping changes. I don't see any substantive.
There was one
I read them
that
all. I didn't.
they want to change it so you can build.
That's what we hear.
Maybe it's a separate, maybe it's coming in by petition. Steve put one in to be able to build like a animal shelter.
Yeah.
Without,
I don't think that's
on
a
separate land, so it must be a separate.
Can we just make
petition.
sure that Steve has seen these and then advises us so that we know that it's something that we should be? We have a letter to the Selectmen. I, Stanley Brothers, hereby resign my position as chairman of the Ossipee Zoning Board and my position as a member of the Ossipee Zoning Board effective November 19th. Stanley had been chairman for quite some time. They've sold their property and have moved to Texas, so it's with regret, but we understand they want down there to be closer to their grandchildren. I make a motion that we accept the letter of resignation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And can you craft a letter to him on our behalf, thanking him for his years of service to the town? I don't know how you can find the dates, but it's significant, I think.
Carry on.
Yeah. We received a check for $33,740.54 from the state of New Hampshire for severe weather reimbursement.
That was the, I think it was the March storm. We got a FEMA reimbursement for, it was a 24-hour period that the highway department ended up doing storm duty, and
Okay.
FEMA declared it a disaster, so we were able to recoup a lot of that expense.
Okay. We have a questionnaire which has been filled out regarding Plodzik and Sadison. We have to provide to them answers to the questionnaire in advance of them doing the audit. It's for instance, it says, do you have any knowledge of any fraud or suspicious fraud of activity affecting your entity? There's all these different questions which have been filled out. See if anybody would like to look at it. I make a motion I'd be allowed to sign it on behalf of the board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a letter from the Kingswood Regional High School Counseling Department regarding the Lyford Marrow Scholarship. It's asking for an update on the scholarship profile. I'll be honest, I have never seen this one before. I'm gonna ask that we have I think Connie's been the one that's been consistently involved with this, so why don't we have him take a look at it and give us some advice. We have a copy of the consent calendar from the Executive Council, which is here in the folder if anybody'd like to see it. We have a copy of a check where we received $307.70 from Northeast Recovery for our scrap metal. And we just received a letter from Crystal expressing an interest in becoming an alternate member of the planning board. Good, they need it. So what has to happen is it will be reviewed by them. They will make the recommendation, and I can tell you in advance that we have never ever said no to anybody who wants to get on the board. So welcome and thanks for your interest. So we'll get that formalized just as soon as we get it back from them, okay?
Isn't there a vacant seat on the planning board?
Is it a full position?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll have to look. I want to say there was.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Well, anyway, at this point,
Anyways.
we now know we have at least a vacancy on the zoning board of adjustment. So I would renew my constant plea for anybody that may have any interest whatsoever in serving on the town board. There are several boards that could use some help. On that same topic, I've said for months and months that I have no intention of running again, right now, for selectmen. I absolutely have not ruled out that I might do it again in the future, because I have enjoyed it more than I've disliked it. But I'm a bit of a purist, and I really think that you should do 2 terms, get out, let somebody with some fresh ideas and some fresh enthusiasm come in. That being said, there haven't been an awful lot of people expressing an interest, and I hope that some people would come forward. I would be more than happy to speak with anybody that may have any questions. It is not necessarily an easy job, but it's also very rewarding. So anybody that has any interest, please let it be known, and I'll answer any questions anybody might have.
February,
No, it's January.
January is when they have to file, so it's not that far off. We also have, I should have mentioned earlier in the work session, we met with the police chief, Joe DeShane, and we have a vacancy on the police department, which we will be advertising immediately, I guess. We'll get that up as often as we can for both full and part-time people on the police department. If you have any interest, by all means, contact the chief. We'll have it up on the website as well shortly. Any other old business? New business? Okay, public input. Anything?
How long would your term be?
3 years. I'm just finishing up my second 3-year term, so I've been 6, so it's a 3-year term. No, not always quick. Yeah, from the outside, I'm sure it has. So, if there is nothing else,
okay? Second.
I make a motion we adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Short.